Alright, Military Standard 3040A, 24th March 2022. Superseding Military Standard 3040, 29th June 2016. Department of Defense Manufacturing Process Standard Qualification, Fabrication, Welding, and Inspection Armor and Non-Armor Steel Weldments. Distribution Statement approved for public release. Distribution is unlimited. We'll just go over the quick headline. Scope, Chapter 1. Applicable documents, Chapter 2. Definition, Chapter 3. General requirements, Chapter 4. Detailed requirements, Chapter 5. Chapter 6 notes, Appendix A, Welding Qualification Class 1 welds, applicable documents, requirements, procedure records, test plate will probably be test plate, proof requirement, impact testing results, reference material, tables. Scope. The standard contained with the minimum requirements of the qualification, welding procedure for the qualification of the personnel testing, fabrication, inspection, repair with the armored, non-armored steel weldments with the content with be used to facilitate with the fabrication of new weldments with the repair with existing weldment, the government requirements that's associated with any weldment that's made in accordance with the document of the qualification testing required with the documents devised with the demonstrate with the adequacy with the welding procedure and the demonstrate with the ability of the welders and the welding operators to produce sound welds. This standard should not be applied in the case of a structural, tubular, TY, and K connections, pressure with the vessel, with the media, with the moving and processing, piping under the high, low pressure. Applicable documents. General of the documents listed within the section are specified within section 3, 4, and 5 of the standard, but the section does not include with the document cited in other sections of the standard or with the recommended additional information examples. With every effort has been made to ensure the completeness of the list of the document where our users are cautioned with they must meet all the specified requirement of documents cited within section 3, 4, and 5 of the standard, whether or not they are listed. 2.2 Government Document Specification Standard with a handbook of the following specifications standard with a handbook with a part of the document extended with specified herein unless otherwise specified issue with the documents are citing the solicitation contract. Military Standard A, Military Standard A11356 Armor Steel Homogeneous Combat Vehicle Type. ML DTL 12560 Armor Plate Wrought Homogeneous Field Ammunition. MIL-T DTL 22201 Electrode Welding Mineral Covered Iron Powder Low Hydrogen Medium High Tensile Strength Steel with 12 the stress relieve of the welding application. MIL DTL 2044-031 Electric Welding Flux Core Ordinary Strength with Low Alloy Steel. MIL DTL 3233-2 Armor Plate Steel Wrought Low Electro Highness, and we'll continue to go down this until we get to part 2.2. 2. Other government documents and drawing publication. Following other government documents, drawing publication with a part of the document extended with the specified herein unless otherwise specified with the issue with these documents are cited with the solicitation contract. Army Technical Manuals TM 1-1500-33-523, the technical manual non-destructive inspection method, the basic theory, TM 1-1500-30-66-23, technical manual non-destructive inspection, general procedure, process control, Army Testing Evaluation Command, Top 22711, Army Evaluation Command with a test operation procedure, ballistic and testing armor, weldments, Navy technical publications, requirements of welding, brazing procedure, performance qualification, requirement of non-destructive testing method, fillet, weld, partial penetration, good T, weld size, strength, and efficiency, documentation, filler, metal, critical, application requirements of flux core, welding electrodes, bare welding electrodes, fluxes, covered welding electrodes for low alloy steel applications. 2.3 Non-governmental publication following documents from this part of the document with the extent specified herein unless otherwise specified with the issue with the documents are cited with the solicitation contracts, American Society of Mechanical Engineers, BPVC Section 9, ASME Boiler Pressure Vessel Code Section 9, Welding, Brazing, Fusing Qualifications, American Society Material, Non-Destructive Material Testing, Qualification Certification with a Non-Destructive Test, Personal Qualification Certification, Non-Destructive Testing, Standard Test Method, the Breno Hardness for the metallic material, the Standard Test Method for the Rockwell Hardness for the metallic materials, Standard Test Methods for the notch for the bar, Impact Testing Metallic and Materials, Standard Testing Method, the Vickers Hardness for the metallic materials, Standard guide of radiographic examination using industrial radiographic film. Standard hardness conversion table of metals with a relationship with one Brenner hardness, Vickers hardness, Rockwell hardness, superficial hardness, Snoop hardness, Scarlope hardness, and Lieb hardness. Standard practice of liquid penetration testing, general industry. Standard practice macro etching, metals, alloys. Standard practice electromagnetic current, magnetic induction sorting of various metals. Standard testing method of radiographic examination, welded with industrial X-ray film. Standard guide of the storage, radiographs unexposed industrial radiographic film. Standard practice for liquid penetration testing. Standard guide with the component computed tomography. Standard practice with magnetic particle testing, aerospace. Standard practice for fan beam, computed tomographic examination, standard practice with radiographic examination, standard practice with radiographic examination, use the computed radiographic photostimulable luminous method, standard practice for the performance evaluation, long-term stability with the computed radiographic system, and standard practice radiographic examination with the digital detectors array, standard practice for the digital imaging communication, non-destructive evaluation of the digital radiographic test methods. Standard practice with the digital detector array, performance evaluation, long-term stability. Standard practice with the magnetic particle testing, general industry. Standard practice with examination, carbon steel welds using eddy current array. American Welding Society. Standard symbols with the welding, bracing, and the non-destructive examination. Standard welding term of definition include with the term of the adhesive, the bonding, bracing, the tiring, thermal cutting, thermal spray, welding, bracing, consumable. Brazing consumable perceived the filler, metal fluxes, specification stainless steel with electrode shield, metal arc welding, specification low alloy steel electrode with shield, metal arc welding, consumable wired electrode strip with electrodes, wire with the rods, arc welding, stainless steel heat resistant steel with a classification, specification carbon steel with electrode rods with gas shield, arc welding, specification carbon steel electrode for flux core, arc welding, specification for how many standards are there? Like, I really want to get down to the brass reading here. Alright, order of precedence, unless otherwise noted herein with a contract event with a conflict between the text of the document reference cited herein and the text of the document with a taking precedent with nothing of the document, however, the supersede with the applicable laws, regulations, unless specific exemptions have been attained. Definitions: active flux. And active flux is defined as being one of the readily oxide with the alloying elements of the added significant alloy contact with the weld. 3.2 amplitude with the rejection level, the amplitude rejection level, the horizontal level of the instrument is displayed with the ultrasonic instruction with the established with the either percentage of the full scale height with the decibel with the level of the base with the peak amplitude single with the receiver with the applicable with the reflective surface with the calibration standard with the active supervision direct on-site with the readily available supervision supplied with a certified visual inspector informed of the necessary instructions to ensure that the authorized visual inspector can execute specific inspections. Contractor with the organization have the direct contract with the United States with the government and stand with the term of the contractor refer to the primary contractor position thickness, depth of the weldment, the depth of the welded joint of each of the process transferred mode with the filler metal with the classification you determined associated with the single the multi-pass weld with the bleed with the partial penetration joints of the multi-process weld that are commonly referred to as a T. Design engineering activity, authorized personnel, overall design authority of the system, subsystem, component, digital radiographic, all radiographic methods of the image of the digital of the format, any all sites and entries, organization on the same quality assurance for the management planning, using same quality manual, performing work with the documents applicable, the equitable, reasonable, any responsible, the representative of the entity, specifically authorized for the degree of the equivalent material or the procedure of the scope of the document, essential variables of the elements for the of the material of the process, important establishing welding procedure of the variable to define with the part of the welding procedure of the chain with these variables with the procedure that have been qualified, the required of the chain with the written procedure of the make, the required requalification depending on the elements with the being changed with the magnitude of the chain with the base and the requirements of the document, a field repair with the reprocessing with the non-conforming material in accordance to prove with the written repair, proceed with the operation to drift the non-conformity feature for the purpose of the field repair with the restore with the partial functional to an item to be repaired as needed on base. Basis field repairs are distinguished from the other repair of the item and after repairs temporarily executed with the completing of the conforming all of the applicable drawing specification contract requirement system will be brought up back into full conformance once for the repaired item reaches the facility that is capable of performing a complete repair of the type of the repairs not to be used with the manufacturing a new vehicle. The repairs the facility with the capable of performing with a complete repair, force cooling, the cooling of the welds used with any other method greater than 5 mile per hour air movement with the ambient temperature for ambient air temperature temperature. Inadvertent inspection, unplanned, unintentional observed indication of the fact that discovered during non-destructive testing. Processing nearby areas. Manufacturer for the entity with performing the operation covered by the standard of the contract may or may not be the manufacturer. Manufacturer may also be known as the subcontractor entity. 315 Material Review Board, MRB, with the board consists of the contractor, the government, and personal industry with the role of the review, with the evaluate, determine, and recommend the disposition and non-conforming with the material referred to. Neutral flux. A neutral flux is defined as one being that it does not readily oxide, with allowing elements for to add significant alloy content for the weld. Nominal thickness is specified with the plan for the drawing without application of any of the allowed tolerance or abbreviation. Nominal thickness to the T. Procedure. Procuring contract officer PCO with the individual authorized on behalf of the government to reasonable the overall procurement under the contract, approving projectile impact testing. Tests previously referred to with a ballistic shock test, high velocity impact performed with a blunt note with the proof of the project over the value of the performance of the weld with the type of the impact of the test of the performance according to the top 22711. Basic testing of the armament weld with the test is not correlated with the system level of performance specification of the other system requirement. The reference standards. Material object with the all relevant chemical with the physical characteristics and known with the measurable the comparison of the standardization of the equipment and instrument with the non-destructive testing repair of the process, reprocessing of the defective of the weld, discontinues adjacent welded region of the base material with the improperly located with the component of the weldment feature of the subsequently bring to conformance for the document, drawing, specification, and contract requirement. Steel for the purpose of the document, steel covers all base material that incorporated under this standard with including armor grade steel, C322-1 non-armor grade steel 322-2 armor grade steel. Any steel manufacturer qualified military with a specification Army grade steel with a such as TTL 1256-0 46-100 and 3233-2 and 1135-6 approved with procuring contractor for use Army. Cast homogeneous armor. Armor grade steel qualified mil A1135-6 with a referred to as cast armor. High hardness armor grade steel qualified or mil D46-100 commonly referred to as high hard or HHA. Rolled homogeneous armor. The armor grade steel qualified in mil T1256-0 commonly referred to as RHA. Ultra hardness armor with the armor grade steel qualified 32-33-2 with the commonly referred to the ultra hardness and very high hardness armor with the armor grade steel qualified 46-18-6 with the commonly referred to as VHA. Non-armor grade steel manufacturer qualified specification for the armor grade steel with the cover of the base group material with the group number with the per table the one over the document with an ABC with the S9074AQGIB010. 24-8. Welding procedure qualified employer specification. American Welding Society B2-1 and B2. Annex C. Ferrous, non-ferrous P. Numbers grouping the base material with the table ASM and the BV. Boil pressure vessel codes with the section 9. High steel strength with the purpose of the document with the high steel strength with the defined as S3, S4, S5, S11 steel with the yielded strength with the greater than 900 KSI. So this includes some of the greater high strength, low alloys, steels, high yield strength steels, and well squunch tempered steel. Sheet steel is a steel article with a thickness of 0.187 inches or less. Standard welding terms definition. The standard welding term definition located listed in the last edition AWS A30M3A30. Technical authority TA either responsible to establish or prove the specific conformance of the technical safety certification requirement of policy of the product of the process of the document with the TA or technical authority term that refers to the overall technical authority of the program. Technical authority specific engineering technical discipline design consideration. For example, the government welding engineer with the technical authority of the welding procedure qualification review with the design engineer is the technical authority of joint design classification welding repair procedure with the unique document of the work with the conjunction with a qualified welding procedure specification or WPS. 5 the detail of the plan with each of the required repair with a validation test plate with a test plate with a weldment with which is nearly identical to the original procedure qualification record test plate used to conform procedure with the parameter for the robust for the process of the practice for the authorized for the transfer of the class 1 work procedure, specification. Welder qualification continuity, we record with the document with the database of the team with the record of the welder, welder, the operator training with the use of the welding profit, the procedure, the qualified to perform, and the record of the show of the continue with the usage of the qualified profit, each of the welder, operator, know for the date of the process has to be with the use before the expiration qualification, welding engineer with the government, with the engineers, assuming the technical authority, welding engineer responsible included, not limited to the welding design, quality procedure for the person, qualification development, the full description, responsible to AWS 1.1 and D1.1, and for qualification, AWS 14, D14.3, 14.3M, welding equipment, all non-consumable equipment used in support of the welding that provide with the instantaneous information used about the welding process, the information that can be informed of the data output with the amperage for the welding machine with the temperature measuring device for the gauge reading such a flow many with the shielding gases. Welding symbols are used shown on the latest edition AWS 8.2.4 welding requirements. Qualification requirements. All any shall qualify with the person received by the personnel with the requirement with the same submitted with the applicable documents to the procedure for the contractor off over the technical authority upon required for the prior to right welding in any production weldment C62 with the document shall serve as the fabrication construction documentation fabrication construction document with a reference any other document unless otherwise required with the procuring contract off the submission format 411 procedure qualification record of the welding procedure specification welder qualification record shall be organized with the efficient package with a overview of the form of the supplementary table with the contents, outline table sheet, charts, and matrices of the encouraged quantity with each of the documents should be identified with the submission along with the number of pages eligible with the blurry submission of the unacceptable shall be reproduced if clarity not to be met. PQR. The PQR of the procedure qualification record included identified with the traceable, with identified with the submitted with the procuring with the contractor with the technical authority, all of the applicable support with the documentation of the time of the request, support with the documentation of the procedure qualification records include but not limited to non-destructive the test data result with the material of the certification with the conformity to testing results, shield content, certification shot records, modification of the personal qualification record and supporting documentation shall be put in the pocket of the delivery of the applicable request, the work, welding procedure specification submission format uniquely identified with the traceable, with identified with the submitted with the procuring contractor over the technical authority, all of the applicable supporting documentation upon request, support documentation WPS and include but not limited to the perform procedure qualification record shot with the record of the test tab with the result. 5, 4, 5, 5, 5, 7, and 5, 9. The work procedure specification of the supporting documentation shall be put in the packet with the delivery for the applicable the work qualification records submit format work qualification records should be uniquely identified with the traceable identified with the submitted with the procuring contractor of the technical authority with all applicable supporting documentation upon the request supporting with the documentation work qualification record include but not limited to non-destructive testing result of the work welding procedure specification and the work qualification record test and destructive testing result of the work qualification record supporting documentation shall be put in with the packet delivered to all applicable request qualification of the applicability of the qualification performed and the proof of the accordance with the document with the intent of the be based on the material of the type welding classification of the applicable of the welding alignments of the scope of the qualification responsible for the document is specified by the contract drawing each of the qualifying procedure under the requirements of the document shall be written with the welding procedure to perform and the required test of the qualified for these procedures prior to any of the fabrication any of the shall be agreed with the procedure qualification record of the welding procedure for the specification, welder qualification records for all welding in accordance with the document shall be delivered for the procuring contractor office upon the request. Examples of the QR performance qualification record and work welding performance specification are located in the figure B1 and figure B2 respectively. Previous qualification military sham 3040 revision of the procedure personnel of the provision previously qualified to early revision of the document record for the available with the qualifications have the maintainer are acceptable for the use of this document table 2 with the shall be referenced for the determine a new classification weld classification and see with this 461 with either earlier revision of the document all previously approved of the welding proceed with the personal qualification with the supporting document shall be submitted with the procuring contractor off with the technical authority for the approval of each scope of the work upon when it's required for the technical authority may require the requalification of the document case by case basis for any of the following apply with their specification concerned with the adequacy for the adequacy and accuracy of the welding, perceived with the ability of the personal to produce acceptable work, but it did not meet with the requirements of the applicable fabrication of the document. Existing qualification does not meet the requirement of the earlier revision of the document originally qualified. Any exemptions made with the previous procedure that does not meet with the requirements of the earlier revision of the document qualified to 441. Previous qualification of the stream of the procedure of the personnel of the previously qualified stream of the document for the which of the record of the area of the qualifications have them in 538 and 557 and 569 that are acceptable to use of the document table 2 shall be used with the reference to determine new weld classification C461 with the earliest version of the document previously approved with the welding procedure incomplete with the directive of the may submit with the supplement with the procedure qualification record to reattainment of the qualification in accordance with the requirements of the document with all previously approved of the welding procedure of the personal qualification of the documentation shall be submitted with the procuring contract over the technical authority for the approval of each scope of the work. Upon request, the technical authority may require the qualification of the document with a case-to-case basis wherever the following apply with their specific concern with the adequacy, accuracy of the welding procedure, the ability, personnel of the produce the acceptable work or the work is not able to meet with the requirement to applicable fabrication document with the existing qualification does not use the requirement of the original qualification document. Any exemptions made with the previous procedure that does not meet with the requirements of the original qualification document. Safety precautions standards may be involved with the hazard material, the operation, and equipment of the standard that does not address any of the safety issues associated with their use as a responsible for the use of the established appropriate health and safety practice for the joint design. Well, joint design should be in accordance with the engineering breadth of the practice for the trouble with the responsible for the editing of the design engineering with the activity with the approval of the procuring contract off the class 1-2 welds upon request for the Pacific joint with the design recommendation classes for the latest version military standard 22 Navy suit S9074A1 GIB 010162A applicable with the all joint design calculation include the finite element analysis or FEA results should be delivered with the procurement contracting officer of the review upon the request. A square groove plug slot welds should be not be used with the class 1 class 2 joint design without adequate supporting data included the test plan demonstrating weld soundness which should be with the procuring contractor over the proof of the prior to use. 461 welding joint classification of each requirement. Each weld of the made with the different shall be classified with the service condition with the classification governed with the extent with which quality assured with the provision with the applied with the weld joint with the design engineering activity should with the determine the classification weld with the according with the document with the table 3 with the final welding classification with the procurement the contracting of the factory with the control with the classifying weld include high strain the rate events for the shaking the static loading of the dynamic loading cyclic loading of the corrosion of the temperature metal character of the probability of the failure with the consequence of the failure. When weld the same with the beam over the one class with the moisture into the class shall be took with the wear of the weld ownership with the overlap with another weld with the higher classification intersection point with the 2 inch with the all of the direction intersection shall be with the quality insurance the requirement of the higher classification see figure 1 over the welded joint classification is not relieved with the basement of the material of the classes of the Army grade shield of the system level of performance specification requirement of non-destructive testing with acceptance of the criteria of the weld class shall be disclosure showed on the basis of the following definitions. Class 1 weld constructed with the armor grade steel with the welds with the armor grade steel with the critical loading bearing elements for the primary load path with class 1 methods. Welds are typically used in primary load bearing connection with the survivability. The square groove of the plug-in slot welds should not be used with the class 1 joint with the adequate with the supporting data with the include with the test plan with the demonstrate with the high stream with the array soundless with the shall be submitted with the procuring contract with the officer with the technical authority proof of the prior use with the failure of the class 1 welds with the in-service that could be satisfactory with the result in the loss of life of the system control major of the component with the unintentionally relief the critical stores and mission critical failure with the class 1 weld that should be categorized with the high with the weld classification decision made for the possible example of class 1 welds could be not limited to the turret structure with the armor solution nano-kill armor hull with the exterior of the components assembly. Class 2 welds constructed with the non-armored grade steel with the loading bearing elements, either the primary or the secondary loading path of the Class 2 weld, typically used with the primary load bearing with the Nixon square groove with the plug-in slot welds should not be used with the Class 2 joint design with adequate supporting data, including a testimony with a demonstrating weld with soundness for the submitted with the beginning with the contract with the officer for the technical authority for the approval for the use for the failure of the Class 2 with the welds and service would be satisfactory with the result in the loss of the life system, control of the major component of the unintentional release of the critical stores, mission critical failure, Class 8, Class 2 with the weld with the wood shall be categorized with a high on the weld with the classification decision matrix. The possible example of Class 2 weld include but not limited to structural weld with the drive train with the component with the suspension component with the screen with the components high leaf with the tricycle carriage component with the ammunition box with the lifted lugs and the critical components. Class 3 welds constructed with a combination of steel with load bearing elements. Class 3 welds are typically used with a secondary load bearing with a shared load connection interfere with the Class 3 weld is to reduce the overall efficiency of the system and the may result of the loss of the life of the system and the control of the major component of the mission. Critical failure. Class 3 welds should be categorized as medium weld classification decision matrix. The possible Possible example of Class 3 welds include, but are not limited to the interior of the component with attachment, door, and a hatch, components with leak-proof of the container with the emanation rack for the moderate critical components. Class 4 welds. Well, construct with a combination of steel with a minor load bearing with a non-critical element of failure with a Class 4 weld to have with a minor effect, no effect of efficiency with the system and danger with the personnel with a Class 4 with the typically U with the connection with expected with the load train for the weld with would be second layer of the statutory load bearing shared load connection with the negligible Class 4 with the trouble to categorize the low arm of the welding classification decision made for the class of the 4 with the shall not be specified with the weld with the U with the make connection with onto critical primary load path of the element should be lift to the point of the element is directly related with the personal supporting activity regardless of the loading condition over the direction. Possible example of Class 4 welds include, but not limited to, the ladders of the handrails, stowage boxes, exterior attachments, bracket fenders, heaters, air ducts, boiler casks and casings, air vents, and most type of the shield metals are some of the non-critical components. 4611 armor welds without the class designation. Weld with the construct with the armor grade steel with the weld with the armor grade steel with the shield approved with you with the armor solution that does not have the weld classification technical authority should assign the weld over the classification procurement of the contract officer have the best half of the contact with the original design with the activity with the define with the suspectability severity over the weld failure with a particular weldment if the original design activity is unavailable the technical authority shall work on the design engineering activity defined with the weld classification particular weldment with the weldment that consists of the armor grade steel with the weld with the non-armor grade steel with the non-armor grade steel with the weld with the together that does not have the weld classification with the design engineer activity shall with the determined classification weld in accordance with the document welding system the requirements of the classification minimize fabrication cost avoid the over inspection of the unnecessary repair all drawings shall be classified with the individually accomplished with included with the note with the engineering drawing with the width for the general format shown figure 2 with the specified with the done TOD nomenclature for the welding with the class for the show with the indicate with the one of the following details specific welding process class with the tail of the welding symbol with the individual welding joint by using flag notes for the welding system and the individual welding joints by using detailed drawings of the provided for the all the welding within each of the detailed drawings of the same welded class. Minimum fillet weld size. Unless specified with the drawing with the contract requirement of the fillet weld shall conform with the requirements of the Navy. See with the S9074A1 GIB 0101628 with the intermittent fillet welds. The intermittent fillet welds should be allowed with the Class 3, Class 4 welds only. Length and pitch specified with the result of the design calculations. Minimum fillet weld length should be no less than 2 inches. Welding profit acceptable welding process for the following welding process acceptable in accordance with the document without restriction. Shield metal arc welding, gas metal arc welding spray with the transfer mode, pulse spray transfer mode only, Gunson gas tungsten arc welding, flux core arc welding. Restricted the welding process with the following welding procedure only used with a limitation described at the end of the outside with a limitation listed before the required with the proof of the technical authority support with the diet of the gas metal arc welding using globular tram with pressure should be restricted with the Class 3 and Class 4 welds flat horizontal position only. Gas metal arc welding utilizing short circuit the short circuit transfer mode should be restricted with the Class 4 welds only with both the material thicknesses of a 3/16 of an inch or less to merge arc welding. Shall be restricted to flux core electrode classification combinations qualified with the submerged arc welding required with the proof of the technical authority of the prior of the Class 1, Class 2 joint with the metal core arc welding shall be required with the approval of the technical authority prior to the Class 1, Class 2 joint with the no approval of the required with the Class 3 or Class 4 joints additional welding requirements or process for the additional welding process for the not covered by with the document with the required with the qualification form for the document listed within the section for each of the processes below. Each welding process identified by the engineering drawing, stead welding, SW resistant welding, spot welding, friction welding, other welding process then listed with the welding process qualified V with the applicable to the industry standard, the other welding process that may be the with the approval of the procurement of the contract for the officer of the technical authority says 6 and 6.2 additional weld in workmanship of the requirement that may be required depending on the process approved with the welded position and the description of the welded position limitation of the most recent revision of the AMWS 3.0 AM quality control of the shall be the full responsibility for the entire of the institution maintaining the quality of the program and the inspection standard necessary for the ensure of the part. Assembly, subassembly, in the practical with the produce of the means for the requirements of the contract drawing with the applicable regulation system relevation and the technical manual of the bulletins of the document of the quality program shall ensure for the measuring of the testing manufacturer. equipment for the material related and maintained with the appropriate action for the taken with the non-conforming materials, quality assurance system with each end of the need with the maintained with the quality assurance system adequate with the procuring contractor all of the requirements for the list of the document have been or continuously being met with the written procedure the prepared with the artisan responsibility to provide with the accountability for the performance work inspection and if the system should be the finding with the document such for the need with the qualifying quality of the document should be made with available to require with the procurement contractor off upon request. Welding procedure specification transfer the requirement of the section of the quality of the manual similar to the document specifying with the draft of the transfer the qualification proceed with the one side with the other side with the same entity for the requirement to transfer the entity with the sub entity C5542 the welding equipment calibration verification. Equipment calibration should be the subs verified with a calibrated meter for the minimum of the annual base for the entity shelf to develop with the maintain with the equipment verification program of the welding equipment. All of the equipment verification performed with a calibrated meter for the NIST with certified with the document with the entity quality assurance system. Welding prohibitions. Usually specifically approved with the technical authority found with the prohibited welding vertical down position class 1, 2, 3 weld the oxy-fuel weld gouging with the S11 and S15 seals welding overcoated spray surface with the galvanized primers and paint with the anti-spray with the dry anti-spatter dry and spray with the force cooling over the welds welding the material with the water so oil similar materials or contact surface the opposite side of the weld with a less than quarter-inch base material between the weld service contact and a liquid accompanied with a name chain with a properly documented work specification, procurement, qualification record of the qualified under the provision stand with the company of last. Later has a name chain with a voluntary action consideration, permanently accompanied with the utilize with the new name of the work welding procedure specification documentation with the maintain with the supporting procurement qualification record with the old company name. Details file chapter 5 detailed requirements. We'll cut the tape there.